Which function below has a root at x equal to 2? At negative 2. So I want to find out which one has a root or an x-intercept at negative 2, and they give you a different function. Now remember that whenever they give you a root, if this is the root for the first function, once you do your synthetic division, your remainder should be 0. So you just have to go through each one. So let's try letter A. First, you want to make sure that you're not missing any exponents. The degree of this polynomial is to the third, so you have x3, then you should have an x squared. You don't have an x squared, and then an x, and then the number. So we're going to place a 0x squared. Just like fill in the space. So my coefficients are 1, 3, 0, and 1. And I'm going to let x equal to negative 2. I'm going to start with the 0. Then we add. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Then we add. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Then we add. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Then we add. Is your remainder 0? No. Remember, you always start with a 0, you add, and you multiply. You add, and you multiply. You add, and you multiply. You add. If x equal to 2 is a root for this function, your remainder should be 0. It's not, so that's not the answer. Let's try B. Am I missing any exponents? The degree is 4, x4, x3. I don't have an x squared, so I need to fill in the x squared. So let me place my coefficients. 1, negative 2, 0, negative 7, and negative 6. And once again, I'm going to let x equal to negative 2. You always start with a 0, then you add. You multiply, 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 then you add. And if you notice, in this case, we end up with a 40. So that is not a root. So let's try letter C. Am I missing any exponents? I'm missing a 0x. So therefore, I'm going to fill it in. So we have 3, 5, 0, and 4. I'm going to let x equal to negative 2. So with the 0, then we add. We multiply. Negative 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 6. Then we add. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Then we add. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Then we add. Once you end up with a 0, that means that this is a root. So your answer will be letter C.